My name is Lisa. I'm a working housewife living with my husband, Noah, and my mother-in-law. We're a family of three. The company I work for is a foreign firm, and I often have to travel abroad for business. My husband, Noah, is an artist, and his income is unstable. However, he has set up a studio at home and is chasing his dreams. I love Noah so much, so I want to support him and am motivated to work hard. Thanks to Noah's understanding, my work has been going smoothly, at least, it should be. I'm sorry, but I have another business trip the week after next.
What?
Leave the housework to me.
Are you going to leave the house again? Where do you plan to go this time?
This time it's to America.
Going all the way there? What about the household?
Mom, Lisa isn't going for fun, you know? I'm always home, so I can just take care of the housework.
Noah, you spoil Lisa too much. Listen, Lisa, it's normal for a woman to be a full-time housewife, you know?
It's fine now. There are all sorts of people, and if Lisa and I are okay with it, that's what matters.
My mother-in-law always nitpicked at me like this. However, since Noah and I support each other, I always let her words slide off me. Because of this, we never really had any significant problems. However, the day after I returned from my next business trip, it was a holiday.
Lisa, oh my, what are you lazing around for?
Oh, mother-in-law. Is something the matter?
You see, a friend of mine is coming over today, so please prepare for the hospitality.
I haven't heard anything about this.
Oh, you've heard now, haven't you? Now that you know, come on. Get moving. As a daughter-in-law, it's only natural you should do at least this much.
Well, today is a bit.
If you have time to dawdle, you can get it done quickly, right?
Ugh. So much for my precious day off. Even though I felt this way, I knew arguing would only lead to more trouble, so I went ahead and prepared as she had demanded. As soon as the guests arrived, she began to boastfully hand out the souvenirs I had brought back from my trip.
Oh my, I'm so sorry this is all I can offer. My daughter-in-law here really lacks thoughtfulness.
Not at all. You've prepared so much for us.
Yes, thank you for today's arrangement and for the souvenirs.
No, it's my pleasure.
I wonder if it's because I taught her how to be so polite.
Thank you.
She's good with appearances. Normally, she doesn't do household chores.
Oh, is that so?
I'm truly at my wit's end with this daughter-in-law.
But nowadays, it's an era where husbands also do housework, isn't it?
In front of the guests, my mother-in-law continued to speak ill of me without any restraint. However, Daisy and Laura were considerate and spoke kindly to me when they were leaving. Thanks to them, I felt that my efforts in preparing were worthwhile. Yet, my mother-in-law deliberately invited guests over when she knew I was tired. She even went into Noah's studio without permission. Noah was also beginning to feel frustrated by her actions. To make matters worse, she called me while I was on a business trip.
Hey, where are you? Hurry back and weed the garden. You must return by noon.
Mother-in-law. I'm currently on a business trip in France.
Stop lying. I can hear quite the lively voices in the background.
It's 6 p.m. here. Those are the voices of people drinking. Well, is something the matter?
Nothing's the matter. Not doing anything for the house and going overseas again without learning your lesson? Getting carried away, are you?
I'm not getting carried away or anything.
I don't care about that. Just come back home right now.
I'm here for work, so that's impossible, mother-in-law.
Just catch a plane and come back right now.
This is France. Even with a direct flight, it'll take at least 12 hours.
Then tell the pilot or whoever to fly faster.
Please, be reasonable.
Saying all that, I wonder if you're really in France.
I am. I'll buy souvenirs and come back. Oh, should I buy something for Daisy and Laura too?
Don't think you can win me over with such flattering words. Never mind that, just come back quickly.
As I said, it takes time to return, as we've discussed.
Then don't bother coming back at all. From our house. No, just leave Japan altogether.
At this moment, I thought to myself, I can't take it anymore. Consequently, I decided to contact Noah and proceed with a plan we had previously considered. When I eventually returned from the business trip.
Oh, you're back. So you've decided to dedicate yourself to this house.
I've just come to pick up my things. I'm leaving this place for good.
Oh my, that's incredibly refreshing to hear. Now that you, an outsider, will be gone, Noah and I can live comfortably without any interference. Oh ho ho.
I'm leaving too. I've already packed.
Ho. Why are you leaving too, Noah?
Because Lisa has been assigned to work in France.
Work in France.
Yes. It's also a great opportunity for me to study painting more seriously.
Noah's paintings have been getting quite a bit of attention online, so we thought it's a good chance.
Hold on. Stop joking around.
The one who's been joking around all this time is you, Mom. Despite all of Lisa's hard work, all you've done is complain.
I've only been speaking the obvious.
Anyway, Lisa and I are going to France.
So, as you wished, we'll be leaving Japan, mother-in-law. My recent business trip to France was for the purpose of farewell greetings and a company tour, as I was being transferred there. I had informed Noah about the transfer as soon as it was confirmed. We discussed it thoroughly, including the implications for his art, and decided to take a positive view. It was during these discussions that we received those words from my mother-in-law. Noah said, if we're going to make a decision, now is the time, and we decided to live in France. However, it was clear that my mother-in-law would not be pleased.
Then pay me money before you go. If you do that, then you can go to France or wherever you please.
Don't be ridiculous. Why would we pay you? Lisa has been paying for all the household expenses up until now. Have you ever once thanked Lisa for anything?
No, please. If she's a daughter-in-law, it's only natural for her to contribute to the household. Why should I thank someone for doing what's expected of them?
Noah has actually done a lot more of the household chores, so any thanks should go to him. I don't expect anything from you anymore, mother-in-law.
What do you mean by that? What were you expecting?
We were trying to figure out how to live well with you.
Live well with me.
We were living together after all. But I have no intention of quitting my job. I've always wondered how we could get along better.
Well, you should have said that sooner. Then let's live well together. Okay. So, no need to go to France.
No, that's not happening.
Why not? If we're going to get along, it should be fine.
You've been too controlling with Lisa for us to just get along now.
That's not true. I've been thinking about things too. You know what they say, being scolded is part of the charm.
Being scolded for no reason is just a nuisance, actually.
Well, what kind of tone is that?
What about you, Mom? What are you saying? Our minds are made up, you know?
Since we began living together, all the household expenses were covered by my salary. Noah and I decided to save his earnings from painting sales for the future, but my mother-in-law lived without any concern for such arrangements. It was common for her to ask for money beyond her allowance. However, realizing that those days were coming to an end, my mother-in-law suggested,
Then take me to France with you. The three of us can live happily and lively as a family.
I refuse. You've been entering my studio without permission. Did you think I wouldn't find out?
What's wrong with a mother visiting her son's workplace?
It's not okay. What if just settles on paintings before they dry?
That's why we told you not to enter that room, remember? Noah explained this when we set up the studio.
Did he now?
I'm fed up with this behavior of yours, Mom.
Fed up. What's wrong with a parent caring for their child?
I'm an adult. I don't need to rely on you anymore.
To a parent, Noah will always be my child.
That sounds nice, but you just want to keep him by your side, don't you?
How dare you?
This is why even Noah wants to distance himself from you.
I won't be lectured by a woman who neglects her family. Unlike you, I've been a dedicated housewife, protecting my family.
Is that so? That's admirable. But it seems you've spent all the money left by your husband.
How do you know about that?
So you've really spent it all.
Mother-in-law, it's not my concern anymore. Please manage your future living expenses on your own.
Manage on my own. With just my pension, how am I supposed to live?
My mother-in-law had spent all the savings left by my father-in-law. When asked on what she had spent it,
Well, it was my money, so I can spend it on whatever I want, right?
can't you answer what you spent it on?
It's not like that at all.
Then answer.
Well, I just went to a host club a few times.
I thought it would be something like that.
I'm not having an affair, so it shouldn't matter, right?
Mother-in-law. Even so, that's too much spending.
Ew. I'm not lying about anything.
I get it now. Mom, You've been trying to show off and even paid for someone else's drinks, didn't you?
What? Mother-in-law, is that true?
Everyone was happy, so it's fine, right? Smiles are the universal language, they say.
That's called wasteful spending.
You can't control yourself in those kinds of places, can you?
What's wrong with going to a host club?
I'm not saying those places are bad. You just don't know how to play without going overboard.
Maybe spending money happily would make Dad in heaven happy.
He might be happy if there was a fortune left to overflow. But you've spent it all.
He's probably crying in his grave.
Noah and Lisa, you're just not being honest. You're just upset because there's no inheritance left, right?
We never counted on my parents' money. I'm angry because you've wasted the money Dad worked so hard to earn.
I supported Dad, so I deserve the full amount. So I shouldn't be complained at.
This is giving me a headache. My mother-in-law showed no remorse for having squandered the inheritance on frivolous activities.
If we don't have a say in this, then neither Lisa nor I need to interfere, right?
Exactly.
What do you mean by that?
Up until now, to ensure you wouldn't have to dip into the inheritance for your future, Lisa has been considerate, giving you an allowance and such, but it's now confirmed that we no longer need to do that.
That won't do. You have to give me living expenses and an allowance like before.
I refuse. That's not what the money was for.
I'm going to get even older and we'll need more money.
Then you should have managed with your own money in the first place.
We can't take care of you anymore.
You don't have to take care of me, just send money from France every month. After all, Lisa hardly did any housework. If that's impossible, you'll have to find something else you can do for me.
Why does Lisa have to do anything like that for you?
Oh, maybe Lisa doesn't have any savings either. That's proof of wasteful spending overseas.
I'm not struggling for money. My annual salary is nearly 10 million yen.
10 million yen. Why do you earn so much?
Because I work for a foreign company, there's a base salary plus commission.
Commission.
It's performance-based, so the better my results, the higher my salary and position.
Just so you know, she saves a lot of money.
That must be a lie from Lisa, surely.
She prepares lunch every morning, even taking care of our midday meals. That's why we didn't need to waste money. It's all thanks to Lisa's efforts.
Lisa, were you always so serious?
Did I look like a delinquent to you? My mother-in-law was very surprised to learn about my salary, but...
Then you should have said so sooner. You never talked about that. This is your responsibility, Lisa. So as a punishment, you should pay the living expenses.
Don't get mad at us. It's your responsibility, Mom.
We can't accommodate that kind of selfishness.
Stop saying such ridiculous things.
Noah and I are very serious. And by the way, mother-in-law, this house is rented, so we'll be moving out when the time comes.
Eh? Then where will I live?
Relying on me and Lisa is useless. Find your own place.
What are you saying? Noah and Lisa, as a child and daughter-in-law, you should support me, the most important mother-in-law in this house.
The most important person here is Lisa. She's the main breadwinner.
It's your own responsibility for not managing your money wisely, mother-in-law. So, Noah and I no longer need to support you.
Exactly as Lisa says. Do you have any idea how much you've spent just on yourself until now?
I have various social obligations, so it can't be helped.
What kind of socializing involves spending pension money at expensive places and treating others?
Even in my work-related socializing, I don't spend that much money.
If you won't give me money, at least help me look for a house.
I don't mind helping to look, but you'll have to pay the rent yourself.
I have to pay it.
Of course. We won't pay a single yen.
After being firmly rejected by Noah and me, my mother-in-law.
I understand now. I apologize for the wasteful spending, and for nagging Lisa about various things. Please forgive everything. And while you're at it, please take me to France with you.
Don't come crying to us when it's convenient.
I've done my best to contribute up until now, but that's over.
Don't be so cold. I'll change my ways and won't complain about Lisa's job anymore.
Reflect on your past actions and manage on your own from now on.
We won't contact you anymore, so please don't contact us either.
That's too cruel.
Nothing you say can change anything now. Consequently, my mother-in-law lost her place to live and ended up borrowing money for living expenses. Once Daisy and Laura found out she had no money, they distanced themselves completely. With Noah and me no longer in Japan, she had no one to rely on. She managed to find a job with a dormitory, but it was a standing job all day long. Despite working from early morning until late, the salary was extremely low. After paying for the dormitory, only a small amount of money was left. Therefore, she couldn't see a way to repay her debts. Occasionally, the company received calls for payment reminders, making her indebtedness known to her colleagues and making her feel marginalized. My mother-in-law lost a happy, free life and family, leading to a miserable life full of hardship. As for Noah and me.
Whoa. Is that the Eiffel Tower? About the same size as Tokyo Tower?
Wow, Noah. I think Tokyo Tower is actually about 9 centimeters taller.
Amazing. We're really going to live here.
A senior told me you get used to the cultural differences after living here for a while.
Bonjour.
Oh me? Bonjour.
That was good, really good. And so, we began our new life in France in earnest. Noah seemed a bit nervous about studying painting seriously but was visibly excited, his eyes sparkling. Noah's paintings, known for their unique style, started to gain attention in France as well. Meanwhile, my French improved significantly, expanding my professional opportunities more than ever before. Noah also managed to speak French, albeit haltingly. We are living in a country completely different from where we were born and raised. Wondering what life will bring us. Maybe we might even have a baby. With these happy expectations, Noah and I continue to live joyfully and happily in France today. If you enjoyed this video, we'd be thrilled if you subscribed to our channel. Subscribing means you'll receive notifications for new videos, keeping you in the loop with all our latest content. Your support is vital to our growth. Let's enjoy and grow together.